Were you a big goon when you met her? I was.
So Sheena just tweeted me. She said she heard that she has a jingle. She heard it on the air.
Okay.
Stephanie, you ruin surprises.
Sorry.
Thanks, Steph.
Next thing you can tell stories about Santa Claus not being real.
Pardon me?
Now you can tell Santa Claus isn't real.
Shh. Okay. What was I saying? So were you a big geek when you talked to Carol Burnett?
I kept it under control. She called early.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, you're early.
Yeah.
And then it was like, well, I don't.
She's a pro.
She is a pro.
Do I put her on hold? Do I just leave her sitting there listening to commercials?
She's been at this business of show for a long time.
Yeah, you're like, I think I'll chat her up.
I did.
Did you?
I did.
Did you go? I love that one time when you were wearing the curtains.
No, I did. I did not say that.
All right, good.
I'm sure she hasn't heard that.
I met her. Jody brought me when she was on the Tonight Show. So I met her backstage in her dressing room, and I could hear her coming, and I was like, good, right?
Sure.
And then I didn't know what to say. I just blurted out. I said, I wanted to be you, but it didn't work out. She's like, oh, you sad, sad little woman.
I like your little encouragement up there to be Carol Burnett. See that thing up there? You can do it, Steffi.
Yes, with pictures of Carol.
He's much younger.
That was given to me by my ex for my birthday. That also didn't work out.
I thought you put that together as like your daily affirmation. You can be Carol Burnett, Steffi.
No, that's what it was, and as it turns out, that was completely wrong.
But she's much younger than you are now in those pictures.
All right, can I pull that off the wall and show it?
Yes,
okay.
Sure. Okay. All right. Wow, what a sad...
Does Carol Burnett have a comedy album on iTunes that's charting right now?
No, I don't think she does. And I'm sure she is chagrined. Okay, Chris is now showing on Free Speech TV. Yes, my ex made that for me for my, I think, 40th birthday when I still had a dream left. And as it turns out, I cannot do it. I cannot be Carol Burnett.
That just made for great radio, didn't it?
Yes. Well, it's a very big picture, and you're right, Chris, it is particularly poignant. Okay. All right.
Turns out you didn't do it, Steffi.
No, I did not. It turns out that relationship, not either. No. You know, I only have one dream left. You know what it is.
To get out of your basement?
Well, yes, but to be that my death includes being crushed to death by a whale penis. Yes,
Whoa.
Like some woman did on a whale watching trip.
Only dream you have left?
Well, at least my funeral would be funny. At least it would be epic, right? It would be like a Chuckles the Clown funeral.
Sure.
We've discussed this many times on the air. It's just, am I allowed to have one dream left? Just because Jim would do the eulogy and, I don't know, it was Kim Jong-un or something, and, you know, be dearly beloved. Could you take your organ out for me? Could you, a little respect, right? Dearly beloved, we're gathered here because, as we all know, Stephanie was crushed to death by a whale penis. My mom in the back. Oh, dear.
Yeah.
My mom's 92. She will outlive me because I will have been crushed to death
by a whale
penis. Yeah. Okay. And you know what? If it doesn't happen, if I go on, let's say, several whale watching trips like that, well, that woman went on a whale watching trip during the whale mating season.
Which is,
and the whale
breached,
and and then the penis crushed her and the boat. However, there is a penis museum in Iceland.
There is.
And I believe that there is a whale penis in there. So
you could go there and let it fall on you.
Right, and just drunk and create an incident whereby, because, you know, it's hard to trust it happening in the wild.
There's a lot to chance.
Yeah.
That's like getting struck by lightning.
You know what? Since you're in Iceland, call Bjork, have her take the whale penis off the thing and drop it on you.
Right. See? More publicity. Another celebrity involved.
Stephanie killed by Bjork and a whale penis.
That was the funniest part of that, is that I referred to myself as a celebrity.
Yeah, right.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
I hit my knee.
Call your fellow celebrity Bjork.
Have her wear that swan outfit and get it snagged on the whale penis on the wall of the Iceland Museum.
You don't want that, because then the headline would be Bjork crushes woman with whale penis.
Right, just woman. Right.
Like you're the random woman.
Yeah. You're not top bill anymore.
Whose fit is that? Don't be the least famous person on the plane, because then you're like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm just whatever.
You don't get top billing.
No. Okay.
You don't even get billing. You just random woman.
And as you guys know, I am a random woman.
Yeah.
Whew. Okay. Well, the show has taken a turn for the dark, hasn't it?
Well, a little bit.
It's a reality check
time. You know what would be great, Travis?
A caller?
No. If I were to die with the #1 comedy album on iTunes, that's all I'm saying. I'm just paying Travis in love because it's Valentine's
I
week.
think there's a better chance of that than the whale penis.
Karen in Chicago says, Steph, I subscribe to the Happy Hour video cast. I have to say, whoever thought of it is genius. Travis, please give him a raise and pay him on time. Booze ain't cheap and credit can't pay the mortgage.
Computer says no.
Oh, Karen, that's such a nice thought.
Oh.
But I love you.
That don't put clothes on me.
I have something. Hang on. This is for Tashina for later for Happy Hour.
Oh, that.
Yes. Actually, Jody Hamilton in 6 Degrees of Separation sent us this story.
Can I see what it is?
Oh, it's you can actually give your Valentine a chocolate mold of your It's a certain area. It's a very specific area.
Oh, one of my friends told me about this.
That's rocketing around Facebook right now.
Yeah, we're going to talk to Tashina. I think we'll save that for Happy Hour.
Ray from Alaska brought that up to me. Remember him?
Yes.
Yeah, that is and one can only imagine if one listened to last week's Happy Hour what Travis's would look like. Okay.
I crawl underneath this desk and hide.
He's actually more designed for
Your
this
mom
than
doesn't
most
listen
of
to
us.
this show, does she?
Thank God, no, they don't have us on in Fresno.
No. Mama Bone busily making cobbler. My son did what now?
Making some pomegranate jelly.
Mama Bone's up in Fresno making a cobbler. Has no idea what the baby boy's up to.
It's not cobbler season.
Okay, sorry. Wow. As we've mentioned before, if I blame the fact that we're having a second Santorum surge and that he's already talking about running for president,
Right.
that we have a brown back in Kansas. But
what
this
he
is,
did.
Yeah.
well, he's already decimated this state with his. When are we going to learn conservative fiscal policies don't work? He's
Right.
decimated the state with these ridiculous conservative policies financially. And now he has removed protections for LGBT employees. When does that happen? They had protection and he took it away legally. I'm telling you, this is the next front after marriage equality, which we will have in June. It is, how do you do that? How do you let people be married but they can get fired for being gay?
That's insane.
It's just going to...
Yes, I understand.
He's the reason that...
You know what it is? We've given him too much love, and he's not. Normally, he's really funny and snarky and vindictive, and I now have disarmed him.
Yeah, he doesn't know what to do.
I
now
have disarmed
Brownback's
him.
trying to take it all away from me. Now you can... If we move this show to Kansas, you could fire me for being gay.
Yes.
That's kind of vindictive.
Good idea.
You're fired.
That would be some good publicity.
Like, finally a way to get rid of him.
Yes, in a move that shocked progressive advocates in Kansas, the state's Republican governor on Tuesday issued an executive order to remove discrimination protections for gay, lesbian, and transgender state employees. State employees in Kansas can now legally be fired, harassed, or denied a job for being gay. Governor Sam Brownback said a 2007 executive order by Kathleen Sebelius, then the state's Democratic governor,
How do you
obviously,
go from that?
went too far by not getting legislative approval to bar job discrimination for sexual orientation and gender identity. The legal director of ACLU of Kansas called Brownback's moves a sad day for Kansas and said it was unusual to see a state take away legal protections. Yeah, you think, from gay residents rather than add them. This executive order was the only thing in Kansas protecting those people, said the head of the ACLU. Unbelievable. This is exactly why we're going to have marriage equality in June. You know why? Because California voted to take marriage rights away from people that already had them.
Yep.
And you can't. It's just legally. Yeah. Oh, look, it's on-screen caller time.
Oh, no.
What? Go ahead.
I have an announcement.
Yeah. Oh, do you? Yes,
Yes,
please.
about this, the Best of Stephanie Miller Happy Hour Volume 1.
Yes.
It's available at Amazon.com.
What? No, already?
Yes. And
Amazon gets all iTunes jealous.
Yes, and so if you're not,
we want a
if you're
piece of
not,
the pie.
if you're not within the Apple or iPhone universe,
Right.
you can go to Amazon.com and download and purchase the MP3s there.
I'm doing that Kristen Wiig skit
Yeah.
on Saturday Night
I
Live.
know you are.
Okay, sorry.
Are you okay?
Hi, on-screen caller. You're on the Stephanie Miller Show.
Hello, how are you?
Hi, who's this?
My name is Chad, and I'm in Idaho.
Oh, hi, Chad.
Hi,
How
Chad.
are you? Go ahead.
Good. I just wanted to say that the media is misreading the Republicans when they talk about income equality.
Why is that?
So, what the Republicans are trying to do is they're trying to put a blemish on the economy and say that it really wasn't that good. That's why they're talking about it. They don't care about the talking point. They don't care about income equality either. They simply want to say, no, this economy really didn't exist. It was terrible. That's
Right.
all they're trying to do.
Yeah.
And the same thing with this ISIS. All they're going to do is keep repeating that Obama doesn't have a plan, and they just want you to associate bad things with ISIS with Obama doesn't have a plan. They don't care about ISIS either.
Right. Yes. Very good. You know what? I loved your unvarnished thoughts. Your unscreened, unvarnished thoughts. You were very good.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
You know what? In fact, I think I'm going to give you a $50 gift card. How about that?
You're kidding me. We love your show. We go to every single Sexy Liberal show.
Yay! Oh, you are the greatest thing that's ever happened to me. Hang on, Chad. All right.
I'm going to go out there and talk to Chad on the phone right now so he can make sure we get his gift.
Fine. Good. Fine. I gave him a $50 gift card. When I say gift, I mean GYFT.
That's right.
Store and redeem gift cards, plus buy and send them to anyone, anywhere, instantly, right from your phone. Check that out. Download gift at GYFT.com and get $5 free toward your first gift card purchase. All right, 46 minutes after the hour, we roll along on the Stephanie Miller Show. Dean Obadala coming up at the top of the hour. Jackie Schechner as well. And then Sheena Arnold live in studio on the Stephanie Miller Show. Sheena Arnold on the Happy Hour podcast this week.
Yep.
Very, very
Yes.
exciting. And also on the regular show.
Tomorrow.
Very, very exciting.
And just announced, we have Judah Friedlander
from 30 Rock.
from 30 Rock on the
my
show on
God.
Friday here in studio.
Live in studio.
Yes.
Very exciting. He's out
Yes.
here in Los Angeles.
He is.
He and I were emailing back and forth last night. We're buddies already.
Yeah, awesome. You know what I realized? I need to buy the Best of Stephanie Miller's Happy Hour Volume 1.
So you remember
Because
what
I
we
was-
did? Drunk.
And I'm like, wow, that sounds really funny. Was I here?
You were half here.
And half in the bag. Thank you very
Exactly.
much, Travis. Thank you.
Not even half in the bag. All in the bag.
I'd forgotten some of this.
I know some of those you had polished off a champagne bottle by yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
No, we know so. You think so. We know so.
Here are the fun facts. Just the name of the tracks. They're so enticing, aren't they, Chris? That's why
Yes.
you named them like
I
this. They're
named
so
them.
teasy and enticing.
They are. That's what I do. I'm a tease.
Here they are. Carlos Sal's Rocky discovers our listeners are dirtier than we are. I remember that. That was the first one, wasn't it?
I think so.
Yes, it was.
Yes.
That was the free
That was
one.
the crack that made people buy the...
That was the free
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yep.
Rick Overton talks about getting bobbly baby head after sex. Classic. John Fugelsang and Steph talk about the size of John's penis.
Do you remember talking about that?
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Okay.
Some things a girl never forgets.
Michael McDonald talks about cursing in real life.
Uh-huh.
Carlos Sal's Rocky talks about lab-grown penises. May Lee talks about the freaky sex straight people have.
Do you remember that?
Frangela explains... Oh, yeah. Frangela explains what they would do for each other in prison. Jen Kirkman talks about using the C word and masturbation. That was...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Jody Hamilton tells the story of her mom making out with Julie Andrews.
Uh-huh.
Every single one of these is a classic.
Yes.
Tashina Arnold and Steph talk about shaving pubic hair.
Do you remember that?
Oh, yes, I do. Even with Patron, I remember that.
Okay.
Jackie Schechner tells the story about the time she cursed live on the air on CNN.
No, not on CNN.
no,
that was on her local,
Okay.
like small town Maryland station.
Okay. Frangela talks about Manson family values. Rick Overton talks about the guy who horses.
I wasn't there for that one. I had to seek that one out.
You've got to buy the album.
Yeah.
That
Jason Stewart talks about vaginas and lesbians, and Steph tells her Italy sex story. What's not fun about all that?
The Italy sex story we save for last because that's like the
It's
best
hard to
thing
follow
ever.
that. Yeah, hard to follow
Yeah.
that college story.
It's hard to top that unless you're an Italian.
See? Look at him. And he giggles at his own jokes.
The Happy Hour, the brainchild of Travis Bone.
That's right.
Yes, very, very exciting. All right. Oh, boy. You know what I'm thinking? If our listeners do what they did with Sexy Liberal album, and this is number 1 by the end of today, Mama's going to host The Daily Show.
All right. Yeah.
Or maybe NBC Nightly News. There was also a sub-movement to get me the Brian Williams
You might
chair.
be more credible than Brian Williams right now.
I could be.
We're assuming that story about the Italians was true.
The Best of the Happy Hour album is available on iTunes for $9.99 for the whole album.
Yay.
Or if you buy each individual track, it's $15. But why would you do that? Just
Why
spend
would
the
you do that?
$9.99.
Why would you do
You can
that?
get all of the comedy.
The whole thing.
And we have links to it up at Stephanie Miller Facebook, and we tweeted out links from your Twitter, from my Twitter, from the Happy Hour Twitter,
Did
all
we?
of that. Yes, we did.
Wow, we were busy while I was drunk.
Yes.
Okay.
So get it now.
All
I
right.
put a lot of work into it.
All right. Yeah, you did. Oh. Fred in New York, you're on the Stephanie Miller Show. Welcome. Hi, Fred.
Hi, Steph. Good day. I was the first to be married last year with my partner in my town with my gay partner,
my
number
God.
599 for our judge
Uh-huh.
in our town. And he informed us that, you don't have to have a law degree to be a judge. Okay, you can just, run.
That's true.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so you don't require, judges can run and be elected, and they don't necessarily, they go to a 2-day seminar.